Hi, my name's Jazmine Lee. If I took your favorite drink and sprayed Raid in it and took 25 cents off of it, would you still drink it? Probably not. Well, my topic is on GMO foods, meaning foods that are genetically modified most of the time with weed killer, bug killer, and bacteria. With all that being in GMOs, my claim is that GMOs in food reduce the well-being of human beings. Being the first, GMOs are unhealthy for human consumption, GMOs are unhealthy for the environment, and GMOs are bad for the economy. First, GMOs are unhealthy for human consumption. GMOs can leave material behind inside of us. In the Institute for Responsible Technology study, they found leftover GMO material inside a pregnant woman's bloodstream and her fetus's bloodstream. Geneticist Dr. Maywan Ho says it is now clear that horizontal transfer of GM DNA does happen and very often. Evidence dating from the early 1990s indicates that ingested DNA in food and feed can indeed survive the digestive tract and pass through the intestinal wall to enter the bloodstream. GMOs also have side effects. When you mix unrelated species together, the outcome is unpredictable, which produces more toxins, allergens, and nutritional deficiencies. A study in the Journal of Food and Chemical Toxicology stated that they fed rats Roundup and found that over a 2-year period of time, they found that they developed severe liver and kidney damage, disturbance to pituitary gland function, and hormonal disruption. GMOs are unhealthy for animals. In return, they are unhealthy for human beings. The Russian National Academy of Science did a study on rats and their offspring. They fed offspring GMOs and half of them died. The other offspring that was not fed GMOs, only 9% of them died. The U.S. has failed to put in the press some data suggesting GMOs are bad for us. In India, about 10,000 sheep died within 5 to 7 days from grazing on GMO cotton plants. These cotton plants were engineered to produce their own Bt toxin pesticides. Secondly, GMOs are unhealthy for the environment. GMOs in fish are killing other new species. Scientists micro-inject fish with transgenic DNA, making the fish GMOs. Since the fish are genetically modified now, they are able to reach new territories, having new hunting grounds, which makes other populations in the ocean decrease. Also, species are dying because of cross-pollination. A study led by Tyler Flockhart, a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Goa, found that a number of milkweed plants are dying. Milkweeds grow in between cornstalk plants, and since the cornstalk plants are being sprayed with GMO pesticides, the milkweeds cannot grow, and now they are declining 20%. Monarch butterflies pollinate milkweeds, so in return, monarch butterflies are dying too. Lastly, GMOs are bad for the economy. GMOs will cause loss of jobs. Farmers are going in debt, have health problems from being exposed to chemicals, and the suicide rate among farmers is at an all-time high, according to Dr. Shiva. She said you can trace a suicide belt across the map of India, where 250,000 farmers have committed suicide since 1995. Many of these farmers were so in debt from buying and then becoming reliant on chemical agriculture that promised improving yields. Many of these farmers have taken their own lives by drinking the same chemicals that put them in a hole financially to begin with. 2/3 of India is still a farming country, and they have about 600 million farmers. With GMOs, there will only be 20 million farmers left. Farmers are losing money and in return have to make their prices higher. Economist Michael Duffy of Ohio State University found that GMO soy lost more money per acre than non-GMO soy. GMO soy lost $8.87 per acre, and non-GMO soy lost 2 cents per acre. He also did a study with corn, and GMO corn lost $28.28 per acre, and non-GMO corn lost $25.02 per acre. It may not seem like a lot, but in the long run, they collected data from 1996 to 2001 by Dr. Charles Benbrook, states that American farmers paid close to $659 billion in price premiums to buy the plant BT corn. Farmers lost $92 million, or about $1.31 per acre, from raising this GMO corn. So here, looking at $1.31 per acre for 5 years really does make a difference. All this goes to show that GMOs in food reduce the well-being of human beings because they are unhealthy for human consumption, unhealthy for the environment, and bad for the economy.
Okay, the proposition's identified, the structure is fine. You signpost those things while you're speaking. There's usually a good citation of evidence in each of the points. Some of the evidence sounds a little incredulous, but I would imagine that the research will either bear it out or it will put it in a context which makes it seem a little bit less significant than you are presenting. I'm not sure which it will be. There's a lot of attribution to genetically modified foods that I think needs to be demonstrated a little bit more, but the evidence that you cited was pretty good at pointing in that direction. I think you've got some good sign reasoning going on here, but there are probably some countersigns that are going to be used by the respondent to address some of these issues. You undermine your credibility by the way that you're reading the presentation instead of speaking to us, and so that's something that you probably want to make an adjustment on also.
All right.